time of the week. Then again, sit back, relax, we got the brain of band. No need to stress in the house, it's Van Bellen. The game is windsurfing, you can't yell them or tell them. We get the news, the views, the win biz. The brand's gear tips plus the world's best quiz. Cause PWA, we're professionals without the pay. There's nothing in pole dancing that we won't chat. From tandem boards to a windsurfing cat. It's your one-stop shop for a laugh and listen. Tune in each week or you'll be doing the missing.
We lost 5 people during that intro. There was 15. There was then 11.
Well, there's now 16. 24.
We're going up.
They're booming up. They're booming up.
All right, people. Welcome to the podcast this week. Obviously, we've got me, Ben Prophet. We've got Paul Van Bellen in the house. We were actually online yesterday talking about the kids up in Clipmuller, which was kind of a semi-podcast.
We're online a lot these days, aren't we, Ben? I think people might end up getting sick of us.
Let us know in the comments. Okay, so it's a little bit different this week. We haven't quite worked out, or maybe Paul has, but I'm the unorganized one. We haven't quite worked out if this is going to be the podcast or we're going to do another one tomorrow, because the whole idea for this one is the quiz. It should be the main thing about this one, but it's a little bit different, because we're not going to pick the quiz contestant from you guys at home. We actually got a guest as the contestant who is like one of you guys at home, who actually, I think we should just introduce him, and he can introduce himself and say what he's all about. What do you back on that?
Bring him up. Bring him to the stage.
Bring him to the stage. Who is it? Are you expecting Bjorn Dunkerbeck?
Definitely not.
This is
Welcome.
Paul Dunn. Paul Dunn. And everyone's going, who the hell is Paul Dunn?
Yeah. So I, myself and another chap, one of my best friends called Nick Jupp, we started Boom Windsurfing a couple of years ago that hopefully some of your viewers, both of you will know. And we set up as a brand because we are so passionate about windsurfing, and we found that if we set up something that has a sort of center and a core, that we can use that as a way to, try and grow the sport and evangelize about the sport and share the stoke about the sport. So that's what we've done.
You're obviously based in Scotland, listening to the accent.
Yeah, that's right. We're up in Scotland, but we're getting loads of, like you guys again, loads of interaction, people in New Zealand and Japan and the States, all over the place, which is really cool. But we've got people like Scotty McDowell and others. We've got a lot of really good sailors up here. We've got some great locations, some great spots. Tidy Wave Classic's on just now.
Yeah.
Are
you gonna have a look up there, or are you gonna go up to Tyree at all?
So not for this one. I'm going to go and do the classic next year when it's the 40th anniversary. There's a whole bunch of us who are going to go and do that.
I was thinking maybe I might make a reappearance.
Yeah, I think there's a few people thinking that, which would be pretty cool. But we, like this year, we've donated. We've got some merch that we make. I would given Boom beanies and Boom hoodies to all of the juniors and the future pro fleet. Cool. Just like, again, it's part of what we want to do to support the sport and try and encourage people into the sport. So it's pretty cool. And the YouTube channel, we're creeping up. We're nearly at 600 subscribers. It is very difficult. People don't realize how difficult it is. That's Ronnie Pickering, cheeky bugger. Speak to Max Beaton quite a bit. I don't know who Ronnie Pickering is, but I'm going to do a Google search on that.
You just go on YouTube.
You don't know Ronnie.
You don't know who I am. I'm Ronnie bloody Pickering.
I don't think that's a compliment, is it? That's not a compliment.
Oh, he's famous.
He's angry, Ronnie Pickering.
Yeah, no, I'm a happy one. But do you know what? We like you guys. We want to just get more and more people. I see now who Ronnie Pickering is to either stay in the sport or be in the sport, and we love it, and that's it.
That's good. That's what we need, man.
No, I've been looking at your. I've subscribed to your Boom Windsurfing YouTube channel, and you've done some really good videos over the years, Paul. Especially, some of the review things you've done, and No, well done. It's not easy, is it? Putting out content, especially when you don't know what's the result's going to be sometimes.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's trial and error. You and I have spoken a few times actually, Paul, and we've spoken about like having your what's your thing, and I think you've definitely got your thing, Ben. You've got your thing. I think we've tried a number of different angles. Interestingly, the video we've had the biggest number of views on was called the board volume debate, and it was me standing in my driveway talking about board volume and how, the whole thing about in our sport is the better you get, the smaller the board you should be using, and really nowadays with board design we should be coming away from that and making life easier and better. So
yeah,
that's had like 20,000 views, which for us and our channel is pretty big.
I have a question. Is it annoying? Because I find this. I've had lots of chats with Paul and other YouTubers, I guess, about this. But when you spend literally you get out in your driveway, you have a little debate. It takes zero effort, let's say, and you get all these views, and then you make this video, you're editing, you're getting all the little bits, and you're really putting the effort in, and then it's like 5,000 views or something, or 3,000 views. You're like, oh my God. And it is difficult sometimes to know what people are into. I mean, everyone's got their different things.
I think,
especially when you see a cat video with 50 million views.
Yeah, totally. I also look at like some of your guys' videos and look at the views you're getting on them, and then try and learn from that a bit. But I think, but yeah, it's totally, especially when you're like quite passionate about a particular thing. I did one ages ago where I thought, there's a lot of people wanting to get into sport, but they still cite it being too expensive. So here's a demonstration of some kit you can buy for about 600 quid, $1,000, $1,000. And that had really low views. And I was like, but this is really helpful. This should be really useful for a lot of people, but it didn't have an awful lot of uptake. Whereas like the board volume one or forwards for the over 50s, that's getting quite a bit of attraction, So
I think for me, just butting in, it's like YouTube channel. It doesn't really matter in my theory. It doesn't. Sometimes you might get 3,000, 4,000 views, but they might be a really hardcore audience that really loved the video. And I think sometimes that's way more important than getting, let's say, 50,000, because how many of the 50,000 are actual windsurfers and how many kind of hit it with an algorithm where they end up clicking on it for some other reason? I don't know. I kind of try. It's hard to do this, but try not too much to look at the views and try and think, okay, what's interesting content? What do people find interesting? It's difficult though, isn't it? It's difficult.
It is difficult. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna go in. Sorry, Paul. I was gonna say, I think we need to go into the quiz because we have got a plan this week, and I'm the worst at sticking to a plan. We're gonna have a chat after the quiz, 100%. We're gonna be talking about all this, but I am apparently the quiz master this week.
Oh, this is going to go pear-shaped.
Now, I know there's going to be a few people listening audio only. I'm going to do my best, or we're going to do our best to explain, say what you see, just in case it works. I know we've had a few complaints because it is quite a visual quiz. There's going to be 11 questions. I think Paul changed it, or I changed it to 11 just to make it more.
No, it's 11, isn't it?
11, yeah. It's a stupid number. I put 10 in the thumbnail. But we're going to have the quiz. It's going to stick to a similar format. I am going to be the quiz master. Paul Van Bellen will be the brain. And before I introduce it, we have had a super chat, Paul. That is 4.99 US dollars.
Nice.
William,
good on you, William.
What a legend.
Thank
Bueller,
you so much.
Isn't that Bueller? Anybody? Bueller? No.
Yeah, no, that's super cool. Good on you, William. Thanks, mate.
Yeah, that was a
well
legend.
done.
Wow, we're loaded. We can have at least a cup of coffee now. We're winning. Okay, so how do we do this? I think we've got a little intro video. I think if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Van Bellen.
Before you go on as well, I might have to interject from time to time if I feel like you need a bit of help, because for example, you remember that some of the questions have different points and things like that, or are you doing that or not?
I am all over it. Someone might have to keep score, but
all over it. Okay, mate. Okay,
I'm actually not.
Why do I doubt you? Okay,
let's get into the quiz.
It's the Windsurfing quiz. The Windsurfing quiz. It's the Windsurfing quiz.
Okay, right. So we've got, like we said before, there is 11 questions. And the first question will be a visual question. So for the audio only listeners, this won't be so great, but it is going to be a face morph. So this is two famous riders morphed together by the amazing app that we've downloaded. And you have to guess which two riders it is.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Suspense. Okay, let me just find out where we are looking here.
Paul versus Paul.
Okay, are you ready?
Ready.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is the picture we're looking at. Okay, so say what you see, boys, for the audio only. And if you're in the comments, please put your answers after the guys have had their questions. I won't reveal the answers before.
Bernd Rodinger.
Oh, you've got to keep it quiet.
Oh, we're not shouting it out. I thought you said say what you see.
No, I meant visually.
All right.
A bloke with a big smile.
So, how are we actually doing this, Benny? Because last time you wrote it on a whiteboard, yeah?
Yeah, well, you should have got some sort of piece of paper, I guess.
I should have, shouldn't I? Let me get a pen.
Okay. He's making edge of the tension.
On the hoof. So, Ben, what do you want me to do then? Do you want me to...
You're just going to say it in a minute, but Paul needs to write it down first.
All right, okay.
So the quiz has took a very dramatic twist early on.
Right.
I thought he was organised. I really did. I'm, disappointed.
Apologies about that.
I mean, I have to say, I feel like I've got you some easy questions this week. So I want to see some big scores. Okay.
Yeah, hold on. I need a second more for this.
What the hell? Come on. We can't have too long. This is tense stuff. Okay. I feel like I'm going to have to push you for some... Everyone got their answers?
I do have an answer. One of them's confident, the other one not.
Okay. So, who do you think it is? Paul first. You wrote it down. Van Bellen, I should say. You PVB.
Well, I've got...
Okay, so Paul, you go first. Paul, done. You say your answer.
Oh, sorry, the other Paul. Okay.
All right. I think it's Bernard Rodinger and Sarah Kita-Offringer.
Okay. Sarah Kita-Offringer and Rodiger. Interesting. Paul, Van Bellen. God, I have to call you PVB.
Bernd Rodinger and Ola.
Ola?
Yeah. So what's her surname? Pro windsurfer.
You have to give me more than that.
Oh, God. Her full name doesn't...
Are we talking
I could Google it.
Are we talking about Olia or Oda?
Oh, sorry. Yep, Oda. That's
okay.
what I meant.
Well, I'm going to have to go to the answers here, boys. So Oda and Bernd Rodinger, and we've got Bernd Rodinger and Sarah Offringer. Mr. Dunn, it's going to be an interesting one, this, because I'm going to ask you some questions in a minute. What you've got there. So, we do have... That was one of them. That is Oda Johanna Broadholt. So it was... Is obviously both got pretty simply. It is... I didn't use.
Hey.
So there we go. Yeah.
You had to
So Oda and Bernd Rodinger. 2 points for Paul Van Bellen.
Oops. Sorry.
Oh yeah, shit. Actually, I forgot the correct answers. I'm not very good at this quiz. It's going to be a long road, this quiz. All right, so 2 points for Van Bellen, 1 point for Mr. Dunn. I'm not sure where you got Sarah Keeter from. Then that was.
I was wondering about that.
Yeah, it's a good question. I'm not sure either.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to keep.
Benny,
the score.
are you keeping the score?
At the moment, I am keeping the scores. So Paul Van Bellen, let me just add it in. 2 points. Paul Dunn, 1 point. Okay, and we go to the next question. So the next question is a general windsurfing question, or it's about it's not windsurfing in general, but it's a 1 point question. Okay, are you ready? On the Beaufort scale, what force is described as a strong breeze? Is it force 6? Is it force 5? Is it force 4? Or is it force 3? A strong breeze. Force 6, force 5, force 4, or force 3. So Paul Van Bellen's going to write it down. When you've written it down, don't tell in the comments just yet. We'll wait till I'll tell you.
There was a force 6 answer, yeah?
Force 6, force 5, force 4, force 3. A strong breeze. Okay, let's go. Paul Dunn, what is your answer? Force 5. Solid answer. Force 5. Van Bellen, what's your going for? Force 5. Okay. So, on the Beaufort scale, a strong breeze is a force. Is it a force 5?
Oh, it's a 6.
It is not a force 5. It is, in fact, any other guesses?
It was 6 then. Huh?
It is a force 6.
Yeah, okay.
I thought that was a kind of a low-balling description of a force 6. A strong breeze.
Yeah, they're underplaying that.
Yeah.
Yep.
So force 5 is a fresh breeze. Force 4 is a moderate breeze. And force 3 is a gentle breeze. I thought that was quite interesting when I was looking through. Strong breeze, force 6.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't use that Beaufort scale enough.
No, I haven't used it for a while.
Okay.
Wow.
Well.
Okay. 0 points, boys.
Disappointing.
Well, not too bad. Okay. Question number 3. It's a multiple choice. This is a windsurfing brands question. So, out of these models of Fanatic boards, which is the wrong one? Which is the what's the word? My brain's gone wrong. The one that sort of is the odd one out. Is not an official brand model of Fanatic board. Okay, are you ready for the choices?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So we've got the Fanatic Bat, the Fanatic Hawk, the Fanatic Fly, the Fanatic Rabbit. Oh, see, I've got a lot here. Fanatic Boa, or the Fanatic Cobra.
Could we just have that once more, Ben?
Yeah. So which of these models of Fanatic board is incorrect. Has never been a Fanatic model. The bat, the hawk, the fly, the rabbit, the boa, or the cobra.
Back in the day.
Back in the day. Have you got your answer, Van Bellen? Is it written down?
Well, I am writing it right now. I think this is, God, it's weird because a few of those answers you've given me, I thought were not Fanatic models. That's what's a bit strange with this one, but anyway. Cool. So, PD goes
Okay,
first.
boys, locked
PD.
in. All done. Give me your answer. What are we going for? We've gone for the Fanatic Cobra as the not a Fanatic board. Okay.
God.
Paul Van Bellen.
Probably wrong, but anyway, there it is.
Gone for
Oops,
the
where is it?
Fanatic Fly.
No. It's not. Stuffed up, haven't I?
Okay. So first
Oh,
we're going to
no.
go to Mr. Paul Dunn. He's gone for the Fanatic Cobra. Is that the right answer? It is not the right answer. The Fanatic Cobra was one of the first Fanatic boards, which was an interesting one. I thought you might go for that. That was kind of why I put it in there. But
no, there was a Fanatic Fly, wasn't there? I don't know.
You actually know what?
No.
I might have messed this up.
What is it?
I actually put that as the wrong answer, the Fanatic Fly. But as you say that, I think there was a waveboard called the Fanatic Fly.
There was? Oh.
I have this feeling. So for now, it would be. But
Let's look it up.
No, but honestly, I just had this brain thing come over me now. Whereas early 2000s, when I was at Ross Niger, I'm pretty sure there was a Fanatic Fly. Let me know in the comments. We will search that out. But I might have to add an extra question in. I have got some extra questions, so I knew this could go wrong. I think there was. I really think there was. Now I say that. There was a Fanatic Cobra, though. That's the one I thought you might go for because it's like the Cobra board, and I thought maybe people would go for that.
Fly. Anybody? Yeah, you can check their comments because I don't want to look at the comments because they've got answers.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'll come back to that because I have a feeling there might be a Fanatic Fly. I think that's the one I was going with, but I think there might have been a wayboard called the Fanatic Fly. My brain just
it's a weird one.
I've just done a search. There's a Fanatic Fly paddleboard on them. You can buy just now.
Yeah,
but it ain't one of the old ones.
Interesting. Well,
yeah,
I do have another question, a bonus question. We'll come to that at the end if it needs to be.
There's already controversy.
Yeah,
Please.
Already. This is going to be. I'm doing the quiz, so it's going to be. All right. Question number 4. That last question was for 2 points, by the way.
Oh, what?
No, it wasn't. I'm joking. It's for 1.
That's right. What about PVB?
Okay. Next question. Famous windsurfer. Right, okay. Multiple choice. 2 points for this one. I feel like this is quite easy. Who was the first person to go over 50 knots on a windsurfing board? Was it Anders Bringdahl? Was it Antoine Albo? Was it Patrick Detown? Or was it Cedric Board? If you want any extra information, I can help. It was a crazy day. Lots of records were broken and rebroken. Okay. Do you have your answer written down?
Yep.
Okay. Mr. Paul Dunn, what is your answer?
I've just misspelled his name, but Antoine. Antoine.
It's gone for Antoine Albo. Good answer. Paul Van Bellen. He's gone for Antoine Albo. So you've both gone for Antoine Albo to be the first man to go past 50 knots. Is your answer correct? It's not correct.
You're going to
So
tell.
I'll tell you the story. So on that day, Antoine Albo was the guy who finished the day with the fastest speed. And he did break 50 knots that day, but he wasn't the first person to break 50 knots on that day. If you had a second guess, who might it be?
Anders.
It was
I was thinking Anders. Yeah,
it was Anders Bringdahl. Anders Bringdahl was the guy to break 50 knots first on that day.
What a legend.
Yes. Okay, so just to answer this fanatic fly question, Dominic, and that's exactly what I remember. It was an orange board with the fly. That's it, 258. I totally messed that up. I'm going to have to redo that question. But yeah.
Anyway,
I tell you what, it's weird when you go look at animals. There's not many animals they didn't put on board. Old fanatic.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. I'm fanatic fly. Yeah.
It was an orange board. I remember early 2000s. I remember first started wave sailing, or 2000 or whenever it was, around about that time.
And they had a fanatic rabbit.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Mamba. The Cobra was the one that I thought you might go for because it's like Cobra brand. You might have thought I was trying to catch you out.
No, I remember the Cobra.
Yeah,
I remember that one. I remember. Well, Jordan, can we have a score update? Where are we at there?
Okay, so in the first round of face morph, you got 2 points, Paul. Then you got 0 points, and then we had the mystery question, which was a kind of a non-starter, and then you both got no points on that last one. So you've got 2 points, Paul.
Yep.
And Paul has 1 point.
Yep.
Actually, Benny, the first question, it's 2 points each for a guess. That's how I did it in the first one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I will change that. So 4 points for Mr. Van Bellen.
And last time you got 13 points from memory, so my goal is to get 14 or better.
Okay. So I'm just
I've got a bit of work to do then, Paul.
Yeah, definitely got a bit of work to do.
Me too.
Yeah, sorry, this isn't as seamless as your one, to be honest. It's not
that easy,
as easy as you think in this way.
Exactly. Tell me about it.
Right, so question number 5 is up next. Windsurfing Competitions is the title. It's a multiple choice for 1 point. Okay, Antoine Albo. Sorry, in 2014, Antoine Albo took his slalom title at the end of the year after competitions in Costa Brava, Turkmenistan, Fuerteventura, Alachati, Sylt, and it finished in New Caledonia. But he was took right to the wire, to the last races, by one rider. It was the closest finish we've had for a long time. Who was that rider? Who was the big fight with? Multiple choice. Was it Ben van der Steen? Was it Cyril Musulmani? Was it Pierre Mortefon? Or was it Matteo Iachino?
Ben, did you say 2014?
2014, yes.
2014.
A couple of those guys breaking into the scene. It was interesting years. Everyone got answers?
Yeah. Not confident though.
Yeah, snap.
Okay. Paul Dunn, what is your answer? 2014, right to the wire in the last one.
Musulmani.
He's gone for
Musulmani.
Musulmani. Paul Van Bellen.
I don't know the answer to this, but this is my guess.
Pierre Mortefon. Okay. Let's have a look. So 2014, all the way to the wire, New Caledonia. The winner of the event in New Caledonia for Argument State was Ben Vandersteen. He won that last event. But if he won that event, then he couldn't have won the overall because Antoine won the overall. So it wasn't Ben Vandersteen.
Ooh.
It wasn't Matteo Iachino.
Woo.
So it was either Pierre Mortefon or Cyril Musulmani.
Oh, the suspense, Betty.
Was it Cyril Musulmani?
Oh,
it
you got
was Cyril Musulmani.
Well done, Paul. Well
Nice.
done.
Impressive. Very well done. Yeah, it was exciting race, that one, New Caledonia. Come right down to the wire.
Bit of guessing
Oh.
there, bit of deduction, bit of guessing.
Oh, that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Oh, boy.
You said these were super easy questions, Benny.
Well,
I'm struggling.
As I said to you, like for me, they would be really easy.
Yeah.
So it's really difficult sometimes when you.
Yeah, that's it. Well,
I
especially
mean,
if you
it doesn't
watch
help
the
that I
race.
had one question that was unanswerable.
That's true.
Okay. Okay, this one is a what body part?
Oh,
Oh, this is a good one, isn't it?
Okay, so for everyone watching, listening audio only, I apologize for this. You will have to tune into the YouTube channel. I think it's probably worth it. Okay, so
Is this a? Oh, because some of them are worth 2 points, aren't they? Some of the questions.
I'm just looking now to say that last one was worth 1 point. It says this one is worth 1 point.
Okay.
The next one's worth 2 points, but this one is worth
Ooh.
1 point. So this is what body part? Okay. then.
All right.
So, for 1 point, whose hair is this?
oh boy. Shit.
I mean, that looks pretty decent head of hair, you've got to say. So it's a
Yeah.
multiple choice.
Oh, good.
So the choices are: is it A, Timo Mullen? Is it B, Mickey Eskimo? Is it C, Keith Tabul? Or is it D, Ben Prophet?
Damn.
I mean, you know, for people who don't know, I did have hair, you know. Keith Tabul did have hair. Timo had long hair. Eskimo obviously had long hair. It's, this is, I'd say this is, well, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got an answer.
Going for it.
Okay, you ready? All ready to go?
Yeah.
Mr. Dunn, give us your
Yeah.
answer.
Let's see.
He's gone for profit. That's his answer. Paul Van
Okay.
Bellen, what is your answer? He's gone for Eskimo. Okay, Eskimo or profit? I think we're going to have to come to Eskimo first. Was it Mickey Eskimo? Was it Mickey Eskimo? That is the question. Was it?
Oh.
Wasn't Mickey Eskimo? Was it Timo Mullen? You know, Timo used to have pretty hair. It wasn't Timo Mullen. That's okay. So it was either me or Keith Tabul. Was it me? Is that my hair? It is not my hair. That is Keith Tabul. Oh no, I haven't uploaded the picture. I've got to show the picture now. You'll never believe me. Yeah, that is Keith Tabul, man. I tell you what, though, that could have easily been my hair. I thought that was what you might go for because it does look.
Yeah.
That does look very much like my hair back in the day. But yeah, Keith Tabul. I was kind of shocked when I found this picture.
Paul, we're not going great, are we?
Not really.
I thought you'd be doing better. I've got to be honest.
To be fair, I met you once in an event. Well, saw you at an event. I was competing in the event as well. This is a long time ago. You're with your dad, and you had hair like that.
I did. Honestly, if you going for me, I could have chose me in this quiz. So that was one of my difficult questions, I thought. But then I thought because Keith Tabul was in there, you might go for it. So that is Keith Tabul.
Oh wow.
Oh, okay. That looks like Eskimo as well.
It could have been a few. That was a tricky one. I think the body part one is difficult. But yeah,
tough.
That could have easily been my hair. It's
tough.
Even got eyes. Tough question, that one.
Need to do better.
Tough question.
Okay.
Well, at least you're setting the scores low for the next contestant.
For future.
You can have a bonus question at the end, remember, though.
These are not easy.
Okay. The next question, just for people who don't know, there's some pretty dodgy looking hair in that picture on the audio only. This is terrible for audio only. The next one is pretty bad as well. This is name the spot. So I'm going to show you a picture of a spot and a rider, and you have to say which spot it is. Dun, dun, dun. I think this one is relatively okay, but we'll see. I've said that about all of them so far.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll leave a clue on there as well. So there we go. That is the spot. You can name the area. You don't have to name the physical spot. I think that might be a bit too tricky.
Interesting.
Okay. So for people who are watching audio only, wave sailing. It's a down the line spot. Looks like a pretty wedgy wave.
Port tack.
Yeah, port tack. Bit of rocks and greenery in the background. Doesn't look tropical.
So we have to name, it's not just the country, but the general area, is it?
Yeah. If you know the spot or what it is, you will understand. It's quite. It's a bit like your one last time when you said Sardinia. You know, you couldn't have said Italy. You know, it's like the spot.
It's a pretty solid wave, so it's. I've never seen this picture before or that wave background, so this is a tricky one.
I feel like I'll give you some clues if you want. Do you want some clues?
Yeah,
sure. I'll take a clue.
Well, if you look at the top of that naming of the clip, there is a name on there.
Yeah.
John Sky, so that could help.
Yep.
You know, he is in a competition rash vest. So maybe it's a competition location.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, well, if this is in the UK, my knowledge of the UK spots is not great. That's where your advantage will come in here, Paul. But
Yeah.
It is a PWA competition.
not a current PWA competition, though, is it? There's a past one.
Not on the tour currently, but it has been. I'm giving you some clues here.
I know. Damn.
Okay.
I feel sorry for you. I thought they were easy. But like I said, it depends. Easy is relative to if you know the answer or not. You know.
Damn. This one stumped me.
I feel there's a very obvious one for me here, but I feel this is a trap. I may have just given Paul the
Would I lay a trap? Would I lay
Yes, I think you would.
PWA.
Okay.
Okay. Balls to the walls, I'm going for it.
Okay, your answer written down. Paul?
I haven't actually written my answer down because my mind is blank.
That was like me with your Cowley one last week. I was like, a stab in the dark.
This is terrible.
Wrong way.
How could I not know? It's a PWA event, but okay, I just have to write something down, obviously. PWA event.
It has been a PWA event.
Yeah.
I could give you more clues, but I feel it's unfair.
Okay. I actually have. Yeah. Okay.
For
wave sailors, is it?
right
I
now.
want.
I'm literally telling you the answer.
Oh. Okay. Well, look, I'm gonna say. Okay. I'm giving an answer.
Okay.
I don't think I spelt it right, but anyway.
Okay. So you got your answer down, Paul?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
What is your
Yes.
answer?
Yeah. Mine is Brandon Bay.
It's gone for Brandon Bay in Ireland. Interesting.
Yep.
Paul Van Bellen?
I've completely stuffed up here because I've named a location where the tack is the other way around.
Have you?
But it's the only thing that I could think of that was a previous PWA and is topical. So
Okay.
I've made a complete fool of myself here. But anyway,
What are you going for?
where is
It's
it?
gone for. I can't even read it.
Guincho, Portugal.
Gincho. Okay.
Guincho. It's the wrong tack. It's
Okay. Right. Let's have a
wrong.
look at
No.
this. So, was it Ginchu in Portugal?
No.
No, definitely not. So then we move on to Paul Dunn from Boom Windsurfing.
Pathetic.
Ooh, was it Brandon Bay in Ireland? No. Paul, how do you not get this?
It's Tyree, isn't it?
Yes, it's Tyree.
Oh, is this Tyree?
It was a
Oh,
trap. I thought it was too
It's
obvious. Wait a minute.
I
Wait.
gave it like you're Scottish.
Is
I'm
it-
like it's topical. It's at the.
I'm never going to live this down now. Actually, is it the maze?
John
Is it the maze?
That is actually Ballyvullen.
Is it Balville? Right. Okay. I couldn't place the beach. I was looking at it thinking surely it's not the maze, and I thought it's too obvious to be to Tyree, and it is.
I thought maybe you might think I was going too easy.
I feel embarrassed. I can't live this down.
Wow.
I didn't realize Tyree used to be a PWA wave event.
Yeah, it's been on the PWA calendar. I think in 2008 or something.
Well, it's now,
Ah.
it's now,
nine.
back on as an IWT event now. This year.
Yeah.
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 Interesting.
Billy in the comments got it right. Jorgen says
Yeah.
Scotland. So if
Easy
you
in the
actually someone
comments.
gets Ballyfool Beach, which is in Tyree. It could
Yes.
be Ballyfool. I'm pretty sure it's Ballyvullen.
Easy in the comments. Easy in the comments.
Yeah, don't look in the comments. Don't look in the comments. Okay. Oh, disappointing, boys. I thought you'd get that.
I'm
with-
gutted.
no,
I'm
look,
gutted.
I'll be honest with you. I did have Tyree in my mind, but I didn't actually know it used to be a PWA event there. So
Yeah,
I just
I knew that, but I thought it was too obvious.
Yeah, like I went obvious because you were struggling, so I thought I'd make it easy.
terrible.
Okay, so one of you
No.
will get this next one right,
Excellent.
Ooh.
because this is a guess the closest answer.
Yep, good.
Okay, so
Just two points or one?
this is a 1 point question, apparently.
Oh,
So, correct, closest wins. So, and on the 0.7 website, an AC X Slalom no cam 2023 sale costs how much? It's been discounted a little bit. So you have to guess how much an ACX Slalom no cam 2023 sale costs.
there's a particular size.
Hmm?
Are they all?
Oh, sorry. Yes, that the good point. Good point. 7 meter. Sorry, 7 meter ACX Slalom no cam 2023. It has been slightly discounted. Closest wins. So one person will win this.
And Paul gets first guess, or
Well, it's the closest. So you write it down. It's better if you both write it
oh,
down.
I
Yeah.
see. Of course, yeah.
Are we
And then
doing
we'll have to do
Euros?
some maths.
Are we doing Euros, Ben?
We are doing Euros. I just want
Euros.
to check that in case I haven't done it in Euros.
Nope.
Yes, it is in Euros.
Okay.
Is in Euros.
Okay. Okay.
Dean Hendry said he can't believe he got the last one right. Good job, mate.
Nice.
Apparently,
Yeah,
Billy
okay.
says they're competing in Tyree right now.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, that's right.
Miguel Chapuis is up there as well. Interesting.
It's proper windy. It's proper
He's going
windy.
to be difficult to beat. Chapuis looks like they're going to be Battlefield Port Tac. I
Yep.
think from what I saw.
Possible, I think, this morning.
Okay. Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, boys. So, closest wins. How much does a 7 meter ACX Slalom no cam 2023.7 sale cost? What are your answers?
950 euros.
Okay, so Paul Dunn gone for 950 euros for a no cam slalom sale. Paul Van Bellen gone for 800 euros.
You did say it was discounted.
It is
How
discounted,
much?
yeah. It's discounted. It's a no cam, remember?
No cam, but it's 7
Okay.
meter.
So who is closest? I think I'm just going to screen share the website. I think that's probably the best way to do this. I can feel the tension.
I need a point. I'm going terrible at the moment.
Oh, I'm bombing. Can't see the price.
I was at 543. Is that what it says?
That's what it says.
Ooh, that's cheap.
BVD's closest.
I'll be honest.
Wow.
The answer I've screenshot on here is 589.90. So I'm not sure what that screen grab says, but at the same time, it doesn't matter because Paul Van Bellen will take the
Hey,
point.
I needed that.
You did need that.
Well,
It was getting embarrassing there for a second. Cool.
That was for 1 point.
Oh, only one.
Okay. Tense stuff, this. Okay, play a 5-second audio clip. Now, this is... I'm going to have to go easy now because I did have a harder one, but you boys are struggling, so I'm going to have to go easy. Just let me know if you can hear this audio. I think this is probably the best way to do it. Do you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on. I might just cut the suspense sound. 1 second. All right, play it again.
Bloody windy. Blows his kids off basically.
Whew. Okay.
Mhm.
Once more.
Blows his kids off basically.
That's a bit of a jumble.
Are you struggling? I can
do
play a
once
bit
more.
longer. I can definitely play a bit longer. It might help. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Bloody windy. Blows his kids off basically. Wicked.
Whew.
And what's the question?
It is who is that famous windsurfer? I feel like I should give you an even easy one. I thought this would be quite easy for me. Again, I've watched this video a lot, so I can
Okay.
play a longer clip which has got someone else at the end of it, but it might help realize the video, and that might help you.
Well, I'll take. You playing a longer clip?
I'm just wondering, do you need it? I don't want to help if it doesn't need help.
Have you got an answer, Paul?
I've got an idea, but again, hey, history so far is not looking good.
Wicked. Maniac. I like him.
So that wasn't him at the end, that last bit, but that was from the same video.
Okay, I'll take a guess.
It's an older video, obviously.
Mhm.
Listen to the accent.
Yeah. Well, I've got an answer.
Yeah. We're itching.
Maniac. I like him.
I was actually going to play that last clip because I thought that was a good one, but that might help you twig the video. And once you twig the video, the rest falls into play.
Do you want me to disclose?
Are you ready, Paul? Wrote down?
Nick Baker.
Paul Don's gone for Nick Baker. Van Bellen, what you gone for? Nick Baker. Oh, is it Nick Baker?
It is Nick Baker.
Is the question. Is it Nick Baker? For, I think it's 1 point or 2 points this. Let's have a quick check. This is for 2 points. It's a big
We got
one.
two, Paul. We got two.
Come on. Come on.
Yes, you are correct. That was obviously for me from Spread the Word. It's one of my favorite videos, so maybe it's easy for me. How did you get it? Was it the Hargreaves clip?
Exactly. That's what gave it away. Was the Hargreaves actually?
Yeah. I just his voice.
That's good. I wasn't sure. I had to give you a helping hand, but
thank you, Ben.
Yeah.
No, but that is one of my all-time favorite videos. Spread the Word. I actually watched it on your channel again the other day, Paul.
It's so good, isn't it? Yeah. No, I love that video.
So good, so good. So that was a 2-pointer.
With the helicopter, remember the helicopter that comes down too close and chops the top of the mast?
Exactly. It's well good. Like that's what I was going to say. We need to bring back these type of videos, proper videos.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like I'm going to make some of these questions easier. I had them a little bit. I'm going to word them differently just to make them easier. Okay. This is an old school windsurfing question, apparently. Multiple choice, 1 point. Tarifa, Bermuda, Garda, and Malibu connect one old school windsurfing brand. Obviously great spots in the world, but what famous windsurfing brand connects these? Is it the original windsurfer? Is it Bic? Is it Fanatic? Or is it Mistral? Say it's an easy one.
I'm ready to go, Paul. You just tell me when you're ready, mate.
I
Oh, he's confident with this one. He's straight in.
He's straight in, yeah. He's obviously feeling very confident. Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
Mistral.
He's going with Mistral. He's going with Mistral. Okay, so both gone with Mistral.
Oh,
The question was, which connects these brands? Tarifa, Bermuda, Garda, Malibu. We could have had Diamond Head in there. We could have added Hookeeper.
Screamer.
Is it Mistral?
Of
4.
course. Ba-ba-ba. Oh,
Easy.
yeah.
Easy. Yes, obviously
Right.
all different models of Mistral board. There was
Classic.
I could have made it more difficult because some of them boards I'd not really heard of for a while, like the Bermuda, Tarifa, obviously. But I think if I'd have worded it a bit different, it would have been a bit more tricky. But I think you boys deserve the points there. Sure.
My dad had the Mistral Malibu, so
Yeah,
that made it easy for me.
I did actually think that on your picture the other day.
Yeah, exactly.
It actually helped me get to that question. Wow, we're coming to the end of the quiz. We're going to have a bonus question at the end, but we've got another face morph question.
Before we go, can we have a point update?
Yeah, point update. We have to do some maths here. It shouldn't be hard. So, Paul, 4 in the first one, then 0, 0, 0, 0, 0,
Oh.
1, 2, and then 1. So that's 4, 8 points at the moment.
Oh. Okay.
And then Paul done 2, 3, 4, 6, 7.
Okay.
So 8 versus 7. It's on the line, boys.
But are we still going to have a bonus one at the end? Are we, because of the thematic one? Or?
Yeah. We'll have a
okay.
bonus question. Still on the line here. So
Pretty
this one is for 4 points. This face morph.
Yep.
Face
All right.
morph for 4 points. Let's have a look. What 2 faces are in this next picture? Are you ready? The face morph is on the screen now. Here we go. I feel like this one's not bad. Quite easy, maybe. Some giveaway signs there. Obviously, the guy's wearing a Red Bull hat. He's got some nice teeth on him. If you are listening audio only and you're still with us, fair play. But you'll probably have to watch this part. Okay.
Good
So
to go.
2 riders. Give me your
Paul's-
names. Are you Van Bellen? You put yours down yet?
I put 1 down.
Okay,
Yeah.
still getting.
So I can see the face, but I can't the name. It probably should be an easy one, but
Okay, ready for your guess? Come on, we've got to get a name down there.
yeah.
Okay.
No,
Precious
all right,
one.
go, Paul.
Okay.
Just getting to him. He's 1 point ahead.
I know.
Paul Bond can make a challenge for the lead here. Van Bellen, you ready?
Terrible.
All right.
I'm
gone-
ready, but
You ready, Paul?
yeah.
I've gone for Josh Stone and Jason Polkow.
Josh Stone and Jason Polikow. Good guesses. Paul Van Bellen?
Oh my god. Well, I only guessed 1 because I can't work out the other.
What have you guessed?
Can you see?
Kai Lenny. And
Plus-
no guess.
A question mark.
Did you hear Paul's guesses? Are you going to steal any of those, or are you happy? Not that you can, but would you go? Would you go? Oh, that was maybe I should have said that. No. Okay. Well, I will relieve. Let's have a look. So, Jason Polikow and Josh Stone, and the other one was. What did you guess, Paul?
Kai Lenny plus nobody.
Kai Lenny plus nobody.
Yeah, no,
Okay,
this is not good. This is not good, is it?
It's not good.
Oh,
It's not good. It's going to be very close after this round. We're going to share you the winners, and you might be surprised. So, was it Josh Stone in the middle with the smile? PVB, do you think it's Josh Stone?
it probably, maybe could be.
It is Josh Stone.
Wow,
in the
nice
middle.
work, Paul. Nice work.
Josh Stone in silt. Look at that big grin.
Wow,
Please,
wow.
Pleased with that.
So Josh Stone,
Good
2
work.
points to Paul.
Mm.
Done. Now we've got interesting questions here. So both, obviously, it's a Red Bull athlete, and we've got Kai Lenny and Jason Pollock out. So 2 different approaches to this. Both good guesses. Both really good guesses. But who is correct? Is it Paul Van Bellen, who would stay in the lead? Is it Paul Dunn?
It's going to take the lead.
It is Levi Siver.
Woo!
It isn't Jason Pollock out.
Yeah.
It isn't Kai Lenny. It is Levi Siver.
Yeah.
There you go. So, interesting
Tricky
round
one.
there.
Yep.
So, by my reckoning, actually, Paul, you've just taken the lead, Paul Dunn, because plus 2 points.
Mm-hmm.
You have got 9 points now. And Van Bellen stays on 8. And now we've got the bonus question. How much was the other question worth? Interestingly, the other question was worth 1 point.
Okay.
And it was meant to be a windsurfing. Okay, this is going to be it. Are you ready?
Ready.
Oh, yeah.
In what year? Actually, I'm going to give you a choice here. Do you want... no, I can't give you that, can I? Do you want an Olympic question or an alternative windsurfing question?
Alternative windsurfing.
Okay.
Have you that, Paul? Okay.
I'm yep.
Okay. Good job. I got some backup questions there. In what year was the introduction of indoor windsurfing in Bercy? So multiple choice.
Mm-hmm.
Was it 1990? Was it 1989? Or was it 1991 or 92? I did that in a weird order, apologies. So 89, 90, 91 or 92. This is for a tie for Van Bellen and or Paul Dunn to take the win.
Whew.
Big
pressure.
There's a lot of different answers in the comments. 1990, 92, 91, 89. Everyone's gone for something different.
Yeah.
So it's not easy, this.
Okay.
Okay, both got your questions down.
Yeah. You ready?
All right, hit me with the years. What are we going for? What have you gone for?
1990.
Got 1990 for Paul Dunn. 1991 from Paul Van Bellen. Are you confident? Who's confident?
I don't know. Traced it back in the memories.
Okay, so let's see. The winner of this either gets a draw or win. So Paul Dunn to take the win. Is it 1990 to beat the windsurfing brain? It is 1990. Oh, Paul Van Bellen has been defeated.
Close
call.
Well done. Well done.
Close call.
That was a good effort, boys.
Yeah,
match.
tricky. I do remember getting the magazines when that came out, but I just couldn't remember.
Yeah.
It's tricky back in that. It's a long time ago now, isn't it? Wow.
Yeah, it is.
So you had a bit of a run at the end, Mr. Dunn. 10 points.
Yeah.
Finished 10 points in the end.
I'll never live down the Tyree question though, Ben.
I know. That's
bad.
That is bad, actually. That is bad. I thought that was a gimme. I thought I'd literally give you that one on a plate.
Yeah, you did. The boys in Tyree will be watching it, and the girls and the juniors maybe later, and I'll be berated for that, but quite fairly. So there you go.
Yeah. So there we go.
So Paul got 10. Yeah, that was his end result.
Yes. So by my reckoning, we can re-add them up. It's fair enough because my maths is maybe not great, but I got Paul Van Balen with 8 and Paul Dunn with 10. So we will be adding that to the leaderboard. The leaderboard at the moment looks like this.
Oh my God, I'm at the bottom.
Yeah,
Ben.
Paul Dunn, you've moved up into second place with that 10 points. So
nice, happy with that.
Good couple of runs at the end.
Yep, happy with that.
And PVB is languishing near the
But that's what I do, Ben. I start low and then I just, I don't want to smash it the first one. That'd be a bit unfair.
But Christian, I mean, solid score 9 last week, but he's going to drop to third place. Yeah, it's difficult. Like that's the first time I've done the questions, and it is interesting. Some of the ones you think are easy are different when you obviously don't know the answer. You know what I mean? Like sometimes when you know the answer, you're like, "Oh, that's easy." But actually, when and it's like on "I Want to Be a Millionaire," you see these questions, you think, "Well, that's easy. Why aren't they saying it?" But in the different scenario, when you, it's totally different. I think.
No, that's good. Good questions, though, Ben.
Well,
I think the other thing is, because there's periods of time, you'll say, oh, in 2014, but maybe in 2014, I wasn't paying attention much to what was going on, or that's where it gets tricky.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, exactly. And it's also different to know what years to do it from. Like I've been windsurfing since I was 9, which is like nearly 35 years or something like that, That's a long time of windsurfing interest. So you could do a quiz like this with someone who's only started windsurfing 10 years ago. Wouldn't have a clue about half of them, but it's interesting because we've all been. How long have you been windsurfing, Paul? Done.
So that's what most people call me. I started when I was 14, I guess. So I'm 51 now, but I had an 18-year break as it's called. The wilderness years, as it's called. So, but
did you have kids?
I do. Yeah, I do. My son's 9.
Is that what the break was to do with?
No. It was an ex-wife who demanded I give up windsurfing, and I made the wrong decision. And my now wife said to me, "You need to get back to windsurfing." That's 5 years ago now, and I went, "Yeah, you're right, I do." So I did, and best thing I ever did.
Yeah,
so do you sell any gear, Paul? Or
do I sell any gear?
Yeah.
Do you mean like through Boom?
Yeah.
No, not at all. No.
Okay.
We're not doing anything like that at all. We're just doing YouTube, Facebook, all for the community, the culture, the vibe, Paul. But no, we're not selling any gear. No, not at all.
Okay.
No.
Oh, well, good on you. And you've got any videos in the pipeline or anything that you want to do you haven't done yet?
Yeah, we've got a few. We were in Maharorty 2 weeks ago, so we've still got some content from a week there to put up. That's in Northwest Ireland, where the Red Bull Storm Chase was. We didn't have conditions like that, but it was pretty epic. That's our second year running there. We're going to put a little edit on that. I'm going to do a board volume debate number 2 because there's loads of chat still going on about board volume. I think it's really relevant as well. We keep trying to do like some of the ones that you do, Paul, where you capture some of the personalities. We keep failing with that one. We're just not getting that right. So we've got some personalities. We just need to try and capture them the right way. That's a tricky bit.
Yeah. I think with videos, just trying to create some kind of story. A classic one is that Henry Cartwright who's been doing. Did you see the videos where he's been? Yeah, and that's just a story, isn't it?
Yeah. I really. I think the way he comes across, he's got quite an accent, and it's quite funny to watch. But the actual how he's videoed it and had the videography and the story, like you're saying, Paul, and how he's put it together is brilliant. Actually, very, very engaging. I was looking at his numbers; have really shot up in terms of how many views he's had, and
Yeah.
it was good. It's really good. That's great.
Obviously, for people who don't know, Henry Cartwright's the one that sailed from England to France.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's really cool. It's the kind of stuff that people want to see. I think it's really good.
So
I think
just go through this volume debate, because it's interesting to me. I've been talking to someone recently about doing a video similar to that, about how to work out volume and what boards people should be riding. And then I was actually speaking to Paul yesterday about I want to make a video where I kind of design a board. Like you basically talked about the board you want and reasons why, and then you follow it through the whole process to actually getting it back. What the volume video you've done? Maybe I've watched it, but it's a long time ago. It's out a while ago, wasn't it?
It's about 18 months, or just maybe a year and a bit ago, something like that.
What exactly is in the video? What's the main sort of talking about? Wave boards, are we talking?
Yeah, predominantly wave boards, but you could also see free wave as well. So let's just say free wave to wave.
Yeah.
And the crux of the video is about this perception that the better you get, the smaller the board you have to ride, and it's kind of detracts from potentially the enjoyment. And that with modern board design, you can have a bigger volume board that will see you through the lulls, that will help you with your tacks, that will help you go faster, better speed into waves, to do jumps, etc. But you won't compromise performance because the boards are so much better in their design. You can get more volume into the board. And so how do we get our sort of mindsets out of that? There you go. That's the video there. And so I just talked through, at the time I had a 115 Simmer Quantum, I had my Pyro 93 Severn, and that's a new Evo. I've still got an 86, which I hardly use anymore. And so I also talk about weight as well. So I'm 92, 94 kilograms plus wetsuit plus harness. So that's the thing people forget about as well. So I'm sailing an 81 litre board, but then I've got a wetsuit, unless they're in Geraldton, Paul. Then you've got your harness and your wetsuit as well. And I think people forget these things. Friend of mine, Simon, has just got a Goya Custom Pro 99. He's really light. He's sub 70 kilograms. He thought that board would be too big for him, and he's having a great time on that board. He's a good sailor, but he's having a magic time on that board. I think that's a really good example. Sorry?
Yeah, super interesting. Again, I had a similar thing for me recently with a 99 Flywave, and people were asking me about it because it was like a new addition to the range. And I was like, okay, I need to sail it because I can't give people advice or tell them about anything if I've never rode it myself. It feels just useless. So I thought, right, I'm just going to order one anyway. Ordered it, sailed it. Wow. I was like, I had such a shock of how much that board can move. I thought it'd be way big. Like 92 is probably the biggest board I need for down the line. But after using the 99, I kind of was like, you know what? Like a little bit less level, or just an easier time, or really, really light stuff, that extra volume is amazing. It just saves any extra energy you're using. You can catch more waves.
Which board was that you're talking about, Ben?
99 Flywave, like Simmer Flywave. It's like their down the line version. But it was impressive. Really impressive.
Yeah, because when I was in Fiji, for the event, I didn't bring any gear. But Kai Cachadorian had gear, and he lent me that exact board.
Yes, he had the 99.
Yeah, and we sailed it. There's this one day where I sailed at this spot where you literally had to sail across a bay. It was super light. Like the wind was, it was 5 to 12 knots putting out. Like there was barely a breath of wind, but it was 99 liters, and I managed to get out there. If you fell in, you probably couldn't even water start. It was that light. But then once you got out there, it was probably 15 knots. But I was surprised how well that board went. That's actually a really good board. 99 liters, usually it's a heavy compromise, especially I'm 84 kilos. But my first wave, when I bottom turned it, I was like, oh, this thing's pretty sick. That's a good board.
It moves. It was the same as me. I got on it. My first bottom turn, I was expecting it to have a bit of resistance. Like, it's going to feel like a big board. But the thing just went, I was like, whoa. And then off the top, it's got a load of hold. Like, obviously I'm sponsored by Simmer, but I'm genuinely saying it is a good board. Like I was like, okay, I've got to rethink. Do I want one of these now in my quiver?
And that's the point. And all the main manufacturers have got boards like that at that volume. around about that sort of 99, 100, 105.
Yeah.
The boards are awesome. And I think it's about, is it snobbery? Maybe it is a little bit, but we need to sort of do the sport a favor and talk it up that it's okay to have a bit more volume, because it means more fun. That's what you just said, Ben. You're just having more fun, which is awesome.
Yeah.
That's what we want, so
I think what you have to be careful of is, again, a lot of sailors, and I get caught in this trap, I'm sailing all the time. I've been windsurfing a long time. I've done it a lot, quite high level. And I have to be careful about judging what I want compared to what someone else wants as well, because I can notice it in surfing. So in surfing, I have a bigger surfboard than I probably need, but I don't surf a lot. So I haven't got the arm power. I haven't got this, I only go out on certain days, and that makes such a difference for me. But I know if I surfed a lot, I should be on a smaller board, because it definitely helps your technique. Like, you have to move the board rail to rail, and then you get more out of it. But if you're not as active, if you're not sailing all the time, that volume gives you a way better experience. It gives you better waves. It saves you energy. You know what I mean?
Totally. And also, agreed. And also for the conditions you're sailing in regularly too. So I want to sail in waves as much as I can, but the reality is I've got to go through to the West Coast, or I've got to go to places like Tiree properly, or across to Ireland, Northumberland as well for us, which is like halfway between England and Scotland, Paul. Which isn't far from me, but you got to make an effort. Local spots are just not wave spots, so sometimes a bit more volume and a bit of a free wave board. My God, I've got a Goyle 105, and I love that thing, and that was awesome on the reef at Maharorty 2 weeks ago. And equally, it's great fun in sort of messy bump and jump on cross onshore mush. But I get away with a lot on that, and that's a great board, and I think that's what we need to encourage people to try out.
I was just thinking what a good video for possibly you to do, Paul, is, and I mean, the brands do it in their own way, but I'm not sure how much attention people are paying, but just having a real basic video talking about, well, if it's onshore and it's 15 knots, then this is probably the sort of board you should be on. It sounds obvious, but I surprised even here that people are generally on the wrong type of board for the conditions. Like at Coronations here, it's cross on, but there's quite a lot of people on down the line sort of, like cross-offy sort of boards. And you're thinking that they'd be way better off on a more of a free wavy kind of a board. They could actually maintain speed in the bottom turn, because they, what it's like. They're basically, sometimes people are on 2 rocket boards or something like that. Yeah. So, and unless you're sort of pro sailor, you're probably not fully exploiting what the board can do sometimes for some people. So, it's one thing I'm. Yeah, it's one thing I'm learning. I mean, you want to get the sexiest kind of biggest rocket board, thinking, oh, this thing's going to shred, but unless you're in the right conditions, it can sort of hold you back a bit, actually.
Yeah, absolutely. So
I've noticed that.
I think we'll do. I think we'll do another, or I will do another video on that. And I think your suggestion there, Paul's a good one about, here we are. It's 18 knot day, and it's cross on, and what's the right board for the conditions, and so on and so forth. Yeah, it's really good.
And also the fins. I think that there's a bit of something there that people aren't looking into enough, because I basically see the fins as probably the most underrated part of windsurfing equipment as well. People, like just having a slightly bigger fin, you can get upwind a bit better if it's a bit onshore, or, you don't really want to always change your fins because it seems like a hassle, but it's something else that people could learn a bit more about, I think.
I think also the other way too. So like that 105 that I've got, and I've got my 93, but maybe I want to stick with a 105 for a bit more float, but I want to put a smaller fin in than that it comes with, and loosen it up on the wave. And that's another really good thing you can do too. So you've still got a bit more, forgiveness from the board, but then I can loosen it up and make it a bit more slashy or whatever by putting a smaller fin on it. And that's you can go the other way as well as bigger. And that's also a really cool thing to do with smaller boards as well. So sorry, with bigger boards. So
what fin sort of setup do you favor?
Me on that 105, I've got a 23, and I've got 10s in the front on a tri setup. Interestingly, my Pyro 93 I've got set up with K4 Leons as a twinser, so I've got it set up as a twin, and I really like it like that. It's proper sketchy when you sail it. It feels really electric, I never really sailed it as a tri, and I probably need to do that, but I love it as a twin. And then I've got a board that has drawn a lot of gasps and a lot of it's a brand new board, a starboard that I've just bought. A lot of people are like, "Oh man, it's a whale," but it's a 125 liter code. It's a new new wave oriented code that Starboard have just brought out. Yeah, people are like, "It's massive," and I tell you what, it's awesome. It's a great bit of kit. But for me, being heavier, you know, I can put a 5.2 on that in waves and sail that with a smaller sail. But I've got a bigger board. It gives me a bit more, and it turns. It actually turns. It doesn't turn like a 100 liter board or 95. It's a big board, but again, I'm just recognizing the fact I want more fun. I work full time, Ben, right? So I'm not out sailing as much as I want to. So I'm maximizing the opportunity I get when I can go sailing. And
how heavy are you? Did you say?
Let's say 94 kilograms plus a wetsuit plus a harness.
Okay, so have you found there's like a sweet spot in size where, like, you've got a 125, but what's the sweet spot? Like in windsurfing sails, for me, when I get to 5.0, I start to think, okay, we're getting towards that. 4.7 is like, any bigger than that feels like a bigger sail, but that's is like on a sweet spot or whatever. With boards, do you find there's a sweet spot that as soon as you get down to this size, you think, okay, that feels like a proper wave board. It works
100%.
well now.
Yeah, I call it the magic combo with my 5.2 surround wave sail and my Goya 1.3 Pro 105. I love that combo. Or my 4.8 and my Severn Pyro 93. That's those two.
But your big board is what, 10 liters bigger than you?
Well, more than that. If you take this 1.2, my biggest is 1.25. So,
oh, okay, sorry, but your go-to sort of setup, I guess,
you're a 105. Yeah,
10 liters bigger.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
That makes sense.
I am going to have to shoot, chaps. I have really enjoyed that. Thank you so much for inviting me on today for the quiz. Paul, good job.
Well done for beating me, Paul. Good effort, mate.
That was good fun. Thanks, Ben. Appreciate it.
All right, cheers, dude. Take it easy. Tyree. Oh.
Thanks, Paul.
See ya.
Thanks, Paul. See you, mate. Yeah, good. Well, that was actually a bit embarrassing for me. I was expecting to do a little bit better, but
do you think the questions were too hard? That's what, because that's the difficulty. I've had that trouble. I thought they were.
No, I just think it's I think the questions are good. You don't want them too easy. They should be challenging. And some of those were obvious, but I just didn't guess it.
Yeah,
that was sort of tricky.
Yeah, oh,
yeah, but that's good. I reckon start trickier and go from there.
But you know what? The questions you asked, I think I was pretty lucky on a few of them because they were multiple choice, and it was kind of, it's like a guess, but a little bit of maybe. And they could have easily gone the other way. I was thinking that after the quiz, thinking, God, I could have easily got 3 less easily, like without question.
Yeah, no, that's how it goes, isn't it? But no, but it's good, mate. This is a good way to learn some trivia about windsurfing anyway. So
yeah, see, let us know Benny, in the comments if you like the quiz. Maybe you don't like the quiz. Who knows? We've got to kind of judge these things as we go. We're going to do at least, I would say, 10 quizzes and then take a bit of an idea of how it's going down. But
yeah. And for anyone joining in, we've decided to separate the quiz from the sort of standard sort of podcast because it was, the videos were getting pretty long. So that was some of the feedback from some people. Some people actually like the long videos, but, probably good to separate it for now.
This is still an hour and 20.
Yeah, exactly. We're doing pretty good, actually. Well done, Benny. Well,
should we answer these questions just because we have got the comments? Billy said, I'm less than 75 kilos, but I have a 93-liter wave board, which I use all the time. It helps me in light winds and in currents, white water. It does feel big in the chop. I would say that's the biggest problem. As soon as you get a bit of chop on the wave and you can't push the rail in you get a bit too much feedback. And then I think Robert was saying modern boards can be used a lot bigger than 15 years ago, but if it's 40 knots, well, yeah, that's quite windy. Do modern boards even work? They do, but obviously you want to be a bit narrower. You can't just compare volume, as we've said before on the channel. A lot of times width has a massive say in it, and if you've got a super wide board, it's going to get blown around all over the place. So something a bit narrower It's going to be way more easier to handle.
Yeah. And with Billy's comment before, it's not going to make a huge difference, but maybe experiment with the fins. Because if you've got a one board quiver and you're going on holiday or somewhere, putting a smaller set of fins when the wind comes up will make the board just sort of sit in the water, but create a bit less lift in the board. It does help a little bit. It won't turn it into a small board, but it does help. It does help.
I think fin setup as well. Like there's lots of things. Speed press winds, 4 boards in low winds just suck the energy out of you. Totally agree. Like I said, I can compare it to surfing pretty quickly. If you've got something that you're catching more waves on, you're going to have way more fun. It might not look as cool, but a bit of a chunkier board and catching more waves. And the more waves you catch, the better you get. And it's the same in windsurfing. You know, the more energy you've got, the easier it is to catch waves. You can work on technique. And yes, you're going to have to refine it when you go to a smaller board a little bit, and you will get away with things with more volume, which can teach you bad habits. But if you're not windsurfing all the time, it's not a bad thing. You know, what is a bad habit? You know, at the end of the day, you want to have fun. If you're having fun, you're winning.
Yeah. And look, you're sponsored by Simera. I'm not, so maybe I'm even better to impartiality on this. But that waveboard that you were talking about, that 99 litre Simmer. So what was the model name of it again?
It's a fly wave, called a fly
wave.
wave.
Fly wave. Yeah. It was one of those boards. I mean, I haven't tried every board from every brand, but obviously I just jumped on that board, and the first wave I got, and after a few waves, it was one of those boards that I felt it kind of is a bit of a instant classic, that board.
Yeah.
And I'm not just saying that to sort of kiss your ass here because you're in Simmer, but I don't even use Simmer boards, but I got on it. I was like, I'd buy this. Like it was a good board.
The thing is, I know that you're not saying that because I've been on the board, and I genuinely, it's going to sound like an advert now for people tuning in, and they're going to think we've rehearsed this. I honestly haven't. I just know that Flywave in general is an amazing range, but the big one, 99, honestly, friggin' surprised me. I was expecting to be a bit of a boat, and the thing was freaking really good. And I have not been trying, but I've been selling it to friends of mine here. But not trying to sell it them as if make money off it, just going, you've got to try this board. It will genuinely, you will like it. And as a couple of boys bought one here after trying it, because it's just like you say, they get on it and they're instantly in. It doesn't take any adjusting or anything like this. So somehow that board just fits really well, which is super interesting. I'm sure there is other brands. Again, I haven't tried all the other brands, but I just know when a board feels good, and that 99 feels pretty sick.
Yeah. It was, you just instantly got on it. The thing with it was, when I saw it on the beach, I thought, well, I'm glad I'm on a 99 litre because the wind was super light. So you wanted that size. But I also looked at it and thought, it's probably going to be a bit, a bit of a whale on the wave. Yeah. But it actually feels like a board that's more around, probably somewhere like 92 to 94 liters kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like it's super weird. It's really good board. So was that Olo shaped that?
Yeah. It's got a bit of a shorter tail than the smaller ones, and I haven't took it in proper, who keeper down the line. It was more like across shore days, the days I've been on it, because it's been a bit lighter or whatever. And it just, to me, felt like it just worked super well, especially for what I needed it for. And then the boys are a bit bigger than me as well. Have been loving it. So yeah, it's interesting to see that feedback. I think I've talked about it a lot on the channel, but I really want to do this stab in the dark thing that they do in surfing, where they basically everyone's got a whiteboard with exactly the same foot straps, exactly the same pads, but the boards are all whatever, and you don't know the brand name. So you just you have a van, they've all got numbers, let's say 1 to 10, and you just take out these boards and you try them and you rate them, so like an anonymous test but I want to do it. They do it for like one specific rider. I would love to see like a van like that in Cape Town or somewhere. And you maybe you pay 50 euros for the day or something like this. So, you could end up, because it would cost money to do the whole thing. And then these guys would get a day of using different boards and they would participate, and it would just help with the whole logistics. I thought maybe something like that could be really cool. I mean, it'd be nice to do it for free, but if you get people to pay, they're a bit more organized. If it's free, everyone just gets a bit scatty. I think you've got to have some sort of vision for it.
Yeah, it is tricky to try boards though, isn't it? Because they're expensive and people don't necessarily want to share their boards with everybody all the time, or it's tricky sometimes to try
Well, yeah, I
different
thought
things.
this. Imagine Coronation Beach has a container and all the top brands in the world put different ranges in there that you're allowed to try, or maybe there's some sort of rental price, or you get the money back if you end up buying the board. Do you know what I mean? Or some way of doing it, because it would be, I think that the OTC, which was the official test center, is now called TWS in Tenerife. That's what they started off. The official test center was, the idea was they would have, boards from every brand in different size and whatever, and people would just go there and try all these different boards, and in the theory at the end of it have a way of knowing which board they want to buy, which I thought was quite cool.
Yeah, I think the TWS, from what I've seen, that's probably the ideal setup. They've just got about almost everything in there, haven't they?
Yeah. Exactly.
No, it's good. Was it Billy here? Many male sailors get heavy with age but stick with a tiny board and then wonder why they sink or stop having fun. Yeah. I think also, people getting their head around that with modern boards, you can go a bit bigger than what you think. So it's definitely. And what have we got here? Another comment from Duffer. It's a long time ago, but too small a board pretty much stopped me windsurfing for years. Was a penniless school kid. Sold my first shortboard as quick as I could to go smaller. Still big mistake. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? It's also a bit of an ego thing. You want the small board. It looks sexy, but yeah, you make your life a lot easier just having a bit of float when it's, especially when it's marginal. So
100%.
Yeah,
100%. All right. I think we wrap it up. I'm going to do a short one today, just an hour and a half.
Yep. No, we're getting shorter. If we keep going like this, there'll be nothing left.
Shorter, I'm going to be a midget.
But also, I just want to say that I really enjoyed watching the youth event, and it was. I hadn't really paid much attention to that in the past, but watching those young kids get all excited and the level that they're at, it was actually pretty inspiring.
For anyone who didn't see it, me and Paul were doing some commentary yesterday on the youth event, the World Cup youth event in Klitmuller. And they've got like Liam Callow, 8 years old. Yeah. We've got Treen, 10 years old. She was ripping through the things, Anton as well. There was loads of kids. I mean, all still like 12, 14-year-olds, but 8-year-old Liam, I mean, that's crazy, isn't it?
Oh, it's cool. So cool.
8.
Yeah.
And he's, like I said, his dad's top sailor as well. So he's only going to get better. He looks fully into it. But 8 years old, I hadn't even started windsurfing. And I classed myself as quite an early starter. I started when I was 9. He's windsurfing to that level at 8.
No. Obviously, the future stars of the sport, no doubt.
Yeah, for sure.
So, anyway, well, thanks to everybody for joining in once again. And we'll see you again soon. And thanks for your positive comments. We've had largely positive comments from people from what we're doing. So, it's been generally pretty good, hasn't it?
We've had a few. We had a few negatives.
Had a couple of negatives, but I don't know. You're always going to you can't make everyone happy 100% of the time.
All right. Are you signing us out?
Oh, yeah. Okay, I can do that. Where are we? Yes. Okay, guys. Till next time. Take care and see you later.
It's that time of the week again. Sit back, relax, we got the brain of band. No need to stress in the house, it's Van Bellen. The game is windsurfing, you can't yell them or tell them. We get the news, the views, the win biz. The brand's gear tips plus the world's best quiz. Cogs PWA. We're professionals without the pay. There's nothing in pole dancing that we won't chat. From tandem boards to a windsurfing cat. It's your one-stop shop for a laugh and listen. Tune in each week or you'll be doing the missing.